Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Horror Hangout live stream. I'm Sean Patrick Erschen. We got our
Horrific Nightmares.
great panel here. Horrific Nightmares, JM. Jen and Christian from Jen's Reviews from the Grave. The Horror Miser, Monty G. Bronco Juggalo Talks Movies.
What up, people?
And Dave Maggot is somewhere. David Maggot McDonough.
He's petting his pussy.
Welcome, everybody. There he is.
Yeah,
Handsome lad.
Thank you.
So we're gonna have a lot of
All right.
fun tonight, guys. We got some great topics for you guys. All kinds of stuff going on. We're gonna be talking about Stuart Gordon, our top 5 werewolf movies. We're talking about Tom Savini. It's gonna be a blast.
absolutely.
And I hope we can be some entertainment for you people sitting at home because of this stupid bull crap.
Everybody's on vacation,
Our
Sean.
goal is to entertain.
Yeah.
Fucking vacation.
Should I get my Hawaiian
I was
shirt?
about to say, everybody in the chat.
I was about to say, is Jen
You
still
guys
on
have
fucking
anybody in the
vacation?
live chat?
I didn't hear that, Monty. Sorry.
Yeah,
Are you still on
right
fucking
now.
vacation, Jen?
Yes, I'm fucking. We all are. Everyone is.
Yep.
What do you guys think about that? They opened the beach in Florida there, and then they had like a lot of people there.
I
I
don't
think
think.
they're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't even want to know what I think because I'm fucking pissed.
and
It's
I
a
love.
little-
They're gonna
That's
start
crazy.
all over again.
Yep.
And you know what's funny is I voted for the side that's saying we should reopen.
Not me. I think it's ridiculous.
That's too much, they went crazy.
I get
Jennifer
everybody's
Tolkien in the
hurting, but
chat. Welcome.
Hi, Jennifer.
really need to keep
Hey,
everyone
Jennifer.
safe.
All these handsome and pretty people on the screen, she says.
Mhm.
There you go.
Should have brought the gas mask.
And the vacation.
All these handsome, pretty people, and Brad.
And Brad.
Yeah, Brad.
No.
Hey, Danny.
Hey, Danny.
Thanks for joining
Hello,
us.
Danny. Danny Bronco.
Well, I completely agree with you, Danny.
Mhm.
Oh, you got told off about it.
Yeah, even my brother-in-law is screaming that they've been trying to take everybody's freedom away. I was like, oh my god. And they all say it's a hoax, that there's no such thing as coronavirus. And
Oh, wow.
Um,
Yeah, sure. So I
one of my
guess you're.
best friends' mom, one of my friends' moms got
Hell,
it.
fucking yeah.
One of my friends' moms got it.
Oh, really?
No.
really?
It's no joke.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
are
My
relative.
No, it's
mom's
not a
husband's
joke.
boss's wife died of it. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a relative have it a couple weeks ago.
And it was a pretty brutal case of it.
Yeah,
our governor says she's going to keep things shut down until the 15th of next month.
good.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
when
that's
do you
the first time I've ever agreed with her.
Yeah,
That was a shit by itself.
open? I mean, when is the right time? I mean, of course, we can't like make the time.
know.
It has to be on the disease, not on our timeline.
yeah.
Here's when I think the right time is when your state is starting to go decrease and the numbers of decreased cases over the increased cases is the time to start looking at opening.
Yeah.
If you're still increasing in cases, you shouldn't be fucking opening.
That's right.
Well, there's more cases of it here in Massachusetts where I'm at
I heard
than
that's going up.
Yeah.
I know. The same here in Pennsylvania.
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
Like I said, the American people are stupid.
But remember, you know what I think is funny though is the people that are all saying that the government's trying to take away our rights and all this stuff are pretty much
Let them
conservative
go to these
Republicans, and we have a conservative Republican government in place right now. So they're screaming against themselves.
Basically. Well, they want to open up the Vegas Strip. The one
Oh,
mayor's
the mayor's already saying he's going to, and he's going to do it with
Oh,
he's
yeah?
just going to open. And they're like screaming like,
I'm
"You're
sure
an
he's chomping at the bit. Yeah.
The governor, I think the governor will end up overriding him, but
I hope so.
How do you
Gotta
do
keep
that?
that
Like,
money going.
yeah.
Yeah, because she was on she was interviewed by across Anderson Cooper,
Mhm.
and she actually wanted to use their city as a petri dish. And the next day, the governor basically said, "Oh hell no."
well, the mayor of Las Vegas announced today they were going to open. Period. They're opening. So,
No,
That's a bad idea.
that's not fine.
That's the opposite.
who
Yeah.
the hell's going to go? Who's going to? Everybody others, all the other states' airports are shut down practically. I mean, you can fly, but
look at all the people going to the beaches. I mean, I guess there'll probably be some people that go. I guess.
A lot of people are going.
well, nobody's ever accused Americans of being smart.
That's
Exactly.
true. We are a very dumb country.
Yep.
No, it's
Yeah,
actually
no.
not that we're dumb. It's that we have this attitude of, well, we're fucking Americans, and you're gonna tell us what to do. And it's not just the rednecks that think that either.
Yeah.
All Americans are that way. All of them.
I know.
It's not just the guys over there going America. It ain't just them dudes. They do that about certain
America.
things. Other people do it over
America.
other people do it over other things. You know what I'm saying? But as Americans, and I can tell you this from living in other countries, as Americans, we have this. We're fucking Americans. It doesn't matter who we voted for or what we do. We're Americans, and we're going to do what we want to do.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's pretty true.
My fellow Americans.
Mark, he
America.
just like kind of turned really slow.
So,
Yeah.
The thing is, when things do open up, how do you think it's going to be? You think it's going to be a lot more keeping things safe? Like, you think that's going to continue, or are they just going to let it be free for all?
See,
For the first 10 minutes.
we'll see.
I don't know how to do it because, like, they're going to do, like in Georgia, what, massage parlors, haircuts, and something else.
Yeah.
And
All
tattoos.
all the places where people are up close, personal, and touch you are going to be open.
Yeah, but
Right.
how do you do the 6 feet apart with that? Like, I don't get it.
Exactly.
That's what but have you seen those people on the
Exactly.
news?
Yes.
Those people that are like, well, I haven't been able to go to a hair salon, and like, and
My wife did this.
that's your priority. Your fucking hair, you know.
I saw that. I saw like, what the hell? What the
I got
hell?
mine cut.
But you know what's bad though, and it pisses me off that, and I'm saying this now, the liberal media, and yes, I will use the term liberal media because it is a liberal media. Doesn't matter which side they're on. They always pick the worst fucking people to interview. And they do it. Both sides do it. The Fox News Republican conservative side does it, and so does the CNN other side. They both do it.
Yeah.
They always find the worst people to speak and make look like an idiot, so it furthers their case. Both sides do it, and it makes us all look bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, not every conservative is sitting around going, well, I need to go out and get my shotgun cleaned, and I need to do this, and I need to do that, so I need to leave. But not every liberal or not every Democrat is sitting at home going, oh, well, you know, we all just need to never open again. And they always interview the people that just make us sound like idiots, no matter which side it's on.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yep.
Like, you know, when they were doing all the riots and all that stuff when the president got elected, and that actually bothers me as an American. Are we really that big of crybabies that if we don't get our way, we have to break public property of a place we live in?
Well,
Pretty
unfortunately,
much.
that happens sometimes.
It does.
Yeah.
But who are you hurting? You're not hurting the governor. You're not hurting the president. You're hurting your neighbor who has to go into work the next day and maybe out of business because you stole all his televisions from his store.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, I know.
But
Good point.
Very true.
I don't understand people like that. I've never understood mob mentality. I'll tell you this though, if somebody starts to riot around me, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start stealing all the TVs. I need me some new TVs.
I think of the same
The
thing.
guy that says he doesn't understand mob mentality wants everyone to join the horror mob.
Yeah, that's
Oh, that's a different kind of mob. That's a different kind of mob.
Touche, Brad. Touche.
That's a different kind of mob.
No, I had to
A
run to
lynch mob.
the other day, and I commented, a woman had her nails done, and I go, "Oh, those are pretty." And it didn't really process till I got home, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I can't stand my nails naked. They had to make a home visit so that I could get my nails done." I was thinking she did like me and just painted them herself. She actually had someone come to her house to do her nails, and I was thinking, really, in this pandemic?
You can't do
Well,
that
hey,
within
you know,
6 feet,
honestly,
right?
that's better than her going out to a shop, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Not really.
Like,
I
if your business lets you, I mean, it's not much difference between that and people delivering pizza to your home.
I guess I don't think nails are that important right now.
But I'm saying, like, if you
If
have
you're
the
not
kind of
going
business
anywhere,
where,
why do you need your nails done anyway?
I'm just saying, if you have the kind of business from the
guess it's a
business person's
personal thing,
standpoint,
Yeah.
if you have the kind of business where you could go to somebody's house instead of bringing a bunch of people into your store, why not? It's less exposure that way.
I guess that's true. I didn't think of it like that, Red. I was just it
Well,
kind of freaked out.
delivering, delivering food
I guess
here, they have
that's
like a
maybe
no
some
contact sort of
feel better,
thing where
better,
they
even
can
if
just
they're
put
not
the food on
going
the porch
anywhere.
and just leave.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I scared the delivery driver away yesterday.
Really?
I was thinking about that the
Trying
other
to
day
give him
when
a
I read
tip,
that.
which he pretty much acted like I was holding him like hostage with. He's like, "How much you want?" I'm like, "Oh, I'll write down 5." And I moved forward, and he's like, "Whoa!" He's like, "Just put 5." Thank you.
We had this big fucking snowstorm last week or the week, whatever. You know, what are they gonna do? They better not set my pizza down in the middle of a snowbank. You know? I'll take the chance. Get over here and hand me that stupid pizza. You know. That's just what I've been saying though about the difference between people that are taking reasonable precautions and people that are going a little overboard. Like, I see these people at the store, right? I've mentioned this before. They get up to the counter and they make the lady, he got all pissed off, made the lady get a Clorox wipe to wipe down all the stuff at the counter and also wipe down the products he had just carried from the back. So if there was anything on that product, you already got it on your hands. What is wiping it off now going to help? Now, people don't use their brains, and it kills me.
me too, Monty.
Hey,
I
Monty,
just-
your hair looks good. Your wife did a good job.
I got a razor.
Oh, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say, buddy?
I think he's trying to think we should go bald.
Yeah.
But like, there's just some things that I'm like, man, what the? Okay, like when I see people wearing their masks in their car by themselves with the windows up,
That's funny.
I'm like, what? I'm at the stoplight. I'm like, who is fucking infecting you in there?
I like to think they just forget their
I did it myself, honestly, but I was just too lazy to take it off.
Oh man,
crazy world.
Crazy.
All right, guys, so we get started on topic night.
I think we shall.
yeah, Jen, that's funny. They had a protest
All right,
about opening up when they were finally let out. Yeah, that and then they get more people sick,
Sick.
just like in
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Yep.
very true. All right, so tonight we're talking about Stuart Gordon. Rest in peace, Stuart Gordon, who passed away about a couple weeks ago. Yeah, one of the great horror directors, you know.
Big
And
shock.
it's sad. Lost a great one.
I didn't know he was sick.
Yeah, I didn't know he was sick neither.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll pose the first question, Ellen. A favorite Stuart Gordon movie. Let's make an open discussion, everybody.
Dead silence.
Dead silence. Who said that?
Yeah, Dead Silence, my favorite Stuart Gordon film. What would be your favorite film?
Why me?
I don't know.
Castle Freak. I know it's a cliche answer, but I have always Castle Freak.
Ah, Castle Freak.
I do. I
That's
love it.
mine
I
too.
love the big, yeah. I love the big floppy
That's mine
dick.
too.
Floppy dick.
Wait a minute. What did you say, Jen?
I said I love the big floppy dick.
She would.
Alrighty then.
That's
Jen
Jen.
don't like it having any firmness to it.
I meant for aesthetic wise.
All about those aesthetics.
No, I just think it's a great movie. I think it's my favorite one of his. It is. Like, I love a lot of his movies, and I know a lot of people will say Re-Animator, but I don't know. I love the gothic feel. We're in a castle, and it was his castle.
I know, it was Charles' actual castle.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I just think it's awesome. Why do you love it, Jason?
What's up, Ben?
Basically the same reasons. Plus Barbara Crampton, and anything with Barbara Crampton and yeah,
Jeffrey Combs.
Jeffrey Combs.
yeah, Jeffrey Combs. Anything with them, I watch. So
Yeah.
I just like their dynamic in it, even though they aren't real fond of each other. It makes for a
Yeah.
good story.
It does. It does. And I like that they're not exactly they're not bad people, but they're not necessarily likable people. But they have
Yeah.
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 And they're having a lot of trouble in their marriage too.
Yeah. And you can't
Did they
blame
really?
him as a woman, like what he did. I don't know if I could have forgiven him. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and she really blames him for the death
What do you
of
do? What
the-
do you do?
He's kind of,
Oh yeah, am I gonna spoil it for Brad? Sorry.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the people. I didn't know you meant the characters.
no, the
Yeah.
character. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
That he blames him
Hey,
for
Ben.
something with his daughter.
He likes to drink.
Giving too much away.
Yeah.
Well-
What about you, Spark?
Controversial, contrarian to like what my shirt would say. I'm actually going to go with From Beyond, because From Beyond is an effects masterpiece. Like, even more than Re-Animator. Like, it's Stuart Gordon's like a goofy fun effects, like cranked up to 11. It's a fun adaptation of the Lovecraft story. It's batshit crazy, much like most of Gordon's better films. And I really love a lot of little aspects about it. I love how Barbara Crampton, it kind of reverses the roles, and Barbara Crampton's more the main character than Jeffrey Combs, kind of a side character.
Yeah.
Plus, you got Ken Foray.
Yeah.
So that's always great. Yeah, I love From Beyond.
Good choice.
Me too.
Bubba Brownlee.
Bubba.
Football player turned cop.
Cop.
Yeah.
I buy that.
What about you, Sean? I'm dying to hear this.
Yeah, me too.
I hate to be cliche,
I think
but
I have Sean's page.
it has to be.
Re-Animator's my favorite.
Really? I really thought you were going to say From Beyond.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I figured he would pick Re-Animator.
I thought he'd go with Castle.
Yeah, I absolutely love Re-Animator. Like I've said before, Jeffrey Combs in Re-Animator is my favorite horror performance. I think he's unbelievable in that movie.
You know, I've only ever seen 2 Stuart Gordon directed films.
Really? Which
Yeah.
one's your favorite?
Oh, I've seen Fortress and I've seen Reanimator.
Portrait? Really? That's one of the two. Okay.
And I'd say out of those 2, I like Fortress more.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
But I need to watch a few more of his.
Yes, you do.
I do like a lot of. I like some of the stuff he's written. Like I loved Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
just
right.
remember. I just remember he wrote that one in the sequel. I blew up the kids.
Yeah, he wrote Honey, I Blew Up the Kids, and he also wrote. What the fuck was it? He wrote a couple. He wrote Body Snatchers. He wrote The Dentist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dennis is awesome.
Dennis is
Yeah.
fun.
Body Snatchers is great.
Body Snatchers is
Yeah, I
awesome.
love Body Snatchers.
You know, I think I've seen Dolls, but I don't remember it very well.
Dolls is fun.
It's a fun one.
It's very
Yeah.
early, but
That's
it's
a good one. Ben
might be
Grimm
my
likes The Dentist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
Dennis
the
is
Dennis.
I actually still need to watch The Dentist. I have it sitting here on the shelf. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh,
It's fun.
Where
it's fun.
Very traumatic, but it's fun.
Yeah,
Very traumatic.
yeah.
I agree.
yeah.
Speaking of
How
The
about you,
Dentist,
Monty?
I have to be with Christian. Fun Beyond.
Yeah.
Great practical effects. I love the Doctor.
Yeah.
He was a great antagonist. Obviously Barbara Crampton and Stuart Gordon, but just the practical effects. Yeah, it was one of my favorite. Anytime when I wanted to watch something crazy, I would watch From Beyond because it's just like this is batshit crazy.
It is. I totally
There is. Humans
It's
are
Funny, I
easy
figured
to
everybody
break.
would say Re-Animator. Robot Ducks is awesome.
I like Re-Animator, but I still think it's oversold.
It's a classic.
Classic for a reason.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I think
For people that grew up
you're
watching
right
it.
when you said that. Yeah, you didn't grow up watching it. When I grew up watching it, I had never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
So it was just like over the
Oh
top
yeah, it's
gory.
me too. When I
For me, I saw it at the time when I was watching a whole bunch of crazy 80 pictures on VHS. So while I did enjoy it, to me it's something. It has stuff I've seen already before. So it's still a great movie, but I just to me it's not really an instant classic because I've seen a whole bunch of crazy shit before. Re-Animator.
Yeah, but there's lots of so-called classics out there that don't deserve their status, like Lost Boys.
How dare you?
Oh, Brad!
Yeah, go there.
Oh, Brad!
Here it goes. Here it goes.
Fighting Burton.
Oh, Brad, you just get a lot of people. You just pissed off a lot of people.
We're gonna get at least a few dislikes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every time somebody mentions the Lost Boys, I'm gonna put Team Twilight Frog Brothers hashtag.
Edgar and Alan Frog, thank you very much.
Truth, justice,
And the American way.
Yeah, they were idiots.
That's also fighting words, Brad.
Oh man.
Man, those are the kids I would have beaten up at that age.
Oh boy.
You say that now, having been one of those kids at that age.
No, I was not one of those kids at that age.
Neither was I.
No, I wasn't, but I wasn't one of those kids.
Oh, you're being defended in the chat by Jennifer. Don't be dissing Brad.
Uh-oh.
Twilight of the 80s.
It's a good movie.
If
I
anything-
stand by that.
If anything near dark storyline wise,
I'll say this.
I haven't seen that though.
I'll say this. Yeah, I might agree with it being the Twilight of the 80s, but vampires don't fucking sparkle.
Exactly.
Period.
No, but they sure did look pretty, didn't they?
100%.
They sure did make them look like 80s heartthrobs. The whole Brat Pack thing. Was
Yeah, but
definitely
that's the style. I say I don't mind the style because that's what's happening in the 80s. So I get that. I get they look like a typical 80s Brat Pack rock group because that's what the 80s were.
They look like the new romantic.
Kiefer had the classic mullet there.
He looked hot at that mullet. Thank you very much.
I mean, and don't even
He's
get me
rocking
started
it.
on that Fright Night, you know?
Also, even
Oh,
more.
stop it.
Sean, kick him out.
Kick him out.
That's so awesome.
I'm assuming you're talking about the original, not the remake.
Yeah.
I just like.
Well, yeah, Ben. I mean, you have to admit there's a little bit of similarity between Near Dark and Twilight, even though it's a much darker version.
I've never seen
There's
Near
a
Dark, so I
story
couldn't
there.
And that's coming
Near
from
Dark, Brad?
Dark fans. There is.
Seriously, they changed the Near Dark cover to look like Twilight.
Yes, they did. It looks awful.
Yeah, it really.
Well, you know
does.
what though? I guess I kind of get that in a way because, like, they do that with a lot of covers and stuff when something is popular and they're trying to reintroduce an older film.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They make it look kind of similar, so people think, oh, maybe this is part of it, and they'll buy it. You know.
Monty, were you the one that watched The Thirst?
Oh,
And
which
reviewed
one?
it?
Which one?
The newer one.
The
I
Japanese
can't
one?
remember. Somebody reviewed it.
The Japanese
Yeah.
one? Because
The one
there's
with
a Japanese one and then there's another one.
Well,
There's
there's
a
an
Jap-
Australian one, a Japanese one, and then there's one called The Thirst, and I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago.
I might.
Somebody reviewed it
No, I don't think it was
recently.
me. No, I don't think. I don't think.
Didn't
I don't
like
think.
it. Yeah, I didn't like it either.
Hmm.
I can't remember who reviewed it though. Somebody did.
I don't remember. So, what's your guys'? I don't have much to say on this one either. So, what's your guys' favorite gore scene in a Stuart Gordon film?
Did Dave get to say who his favorite Stuart Gordon was?
Did you? Did you?
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's your favorite
Oh,
one?
yeah,
David?
he said Re-Animator, didn't he?
Yeah.
Alzheimer's.
Nice. So my favorite gore scene in Stuart Gordon is from Re-Animator. The scene where the headless corpse of
It's gonna be my end.
Dr. Hill, the intestines come out and attack her. That's crazy.
With my limited knowledge of his films, that's probably
Grab
mine
hold
too.
of them.
Yeah, that's mine as well.
That's an awesome scene.
It's awesome.
The hooker in Castle Freak is mine.
Oh, the hooker in Castle Freak.
yeah. What he
Really?
does.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
I like that scene. Because of course I do.
It's actually from Re-Animator as well. It's the head. Of course, I like it for a different reason, but when the doctor with the head is going all rapey on Barbara Crampton, I just think that's funny as hell.
It is.
I do like it though when he fills the tray with the blood and puts the head in it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think there's just
Yeah.
something funny about that. You know?
More passion. I've always loved you.
Yeah, well, mine will be obviously From Beyond when we get both the Doctor and Jeffrey Combs' character mixed up together, and there's this huge gooey gash of meth. you can't get anything better than that.
That is pretty good.
That's true.
There's so many.
Yeah, no.
Gens think alike.
Dave?
I like when in From Beyond when all those creatures come out and eat Bubba's legs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
I like creatures that are in the different dimensions.
When they went back outside.
Yeah, that's cool.
Where's the cat? No, they're not. They're outside
He
again.
was looking at you like, I love you.
Where?
I just watched that again recently. I watched
well,
From
they're
Beyond.
outside.
Mm-hmm.
Been the first time in a long time.
Mm.
I watched it a couple weeks ago. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I rewatched Re-Animator.
You know, some of it reminds me of like I couldn't help but thinking of The Thing when I'm watching it. You know,
Mm.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
similar kind of effects. Maybe not quite on that level, but it's pretty
Well,
damn good. practical effect.
I can see that.
The girls want a piece of cake. Didn't you just have a piece of cake?
There's not a lot left.
I want a piece of cake.
Well, they
Me
just
too.
have to do the-
No, they wanted a piece of cake.
Me too.
I'll have a
What
piece of
was
cake.
yours, Monty? Your favorite gore scene in a
Say it again,
What's that,
Sean.
Sean?
Sorry,
Say it again,
stop.
Sean.
Monty? What was your favorite gore scene in
Oh
a
yeah,
Stuart
I just
Gordon
said
movie?
it. In the From Beyond when
Oh, did ya?
yeah.
How's what's going
All
on?
right, so most underrated Stuart Gordon movie. What is the most underrated?
Oh, pick me.
You.
Okay, stop. Stuff does not get enough. I'm
I
sorry.
missed that one.
Oh, it's great. You need to see it. It's with Stephen Ray, and oh my God, it is so good.
He plays a hobo that gets hit by a car and is stuck to it for the whole movie.
Yeah, he has the
It's
worst day
awesome.
ever.
It's
He gets
awesome.
hit by a car, and she can't get her off. And then the gal that does it, she's the most vapid, horrible character ever.
It's a
She
super
is.
great body.
Oh, you're talking about Stuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stop. Yeah, you
Oh,
got to
yeah.
see it.
Yeah,
Stephen Ray just gives a great
it's fun.
performance.
It's a
And
lot
yeah,
of fun.
Yeah, it's such a great like body horror movie.
yeah, oh man, there were some scenes because I had
Even
seen it.
yeah. When you showed it to me, I was like, "Ooh, god damn!" Even that's getting me.
Yeah, there's some scenes that are gonna make you go ew.
Yeah, it is, Ben.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh,
It's
Sean, you
good.
need to, everyone who hasn't seen it, y'all need to.
Yeah.
Make that,
I'll check it out. I haven't seen that one yet.
I think you'll like
It's
it, Monty.
fun.
I think you'll too, Sean. Yeah.
That
Sorry,
means I gotta
Jake.
pick another one now.
Sorry, Jake.
Go with Space Truckers.
Don't go with space.
No. King of the Ants. I'll go with King of the Ants.
That's a good one.
That's actually a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. That's a bloody, gory one. Although Stuck is my first choice, but I do like King of the Ants too.
I
That
do
one's a
too.
lot of fun. Yeah.
It is a good
Kind of more of a mafia tale than a horror movie, but still good.
Yeah, it's got enough of both to make it work. Make it, yeah, a
Yeah.
horror thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Words.
Christian?
For me, I'm gonna go with Dagon because that movie, it has nothing to do with H.P. Lovecraft, but it's fucking ridiculous. Guy finds out he's part fishman and at once got sex with his fish sister. Amazing. It's ridiculous, but it's
Hey,
amazing.
Pages.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easily Stuart Gordon's most batshit movie, and he's made a couple, but that one is even more crazy.
It
than the
is.
rest.
Yeah.
I love how crazy it is.
It is a good one.
Well, I'm gonna go Castle Freak. I mean, outside of the horror fans, I mean, people don't really know it that well. I don't think.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
I always think everyone knows Castle.
Well, that's because you grew up watching it.
That's true, I guess. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's it.
Sort of, yeah.
I've been wanting to watch Castle Freak. I just haven't got around to it yet.
Do it. It's on Shudder. Do it.
That's
Yeah,
I
do
know. It's the very last movie on Shudder. If you watch them all, if you look at Shudder A through Z, just all the movies, it's the very last one listed.
Mm. That's interesting.
What about you, Lonnie?
I'll go with the Body Snatchers.
Horror.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I go with the Body Snatchers because out of all the Body Snatcher films that we've gotten, that's the second best one, other than the remake with Donald Sutherland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Well, he
agree.
just wrote that
Yeah,
one.
I agree
So
with that.
Yeah, Bo Ferrara directed it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't really think I can add to this part of the discussion because I haven't seen enough of his films. So I'm just gonna say, isn't it funny when animals sneeze? My cat just sneezed behind me. Do you want me to just keep saying my wife's cat all the time? It's easier just to say my cat. Go away.
My cat, fucker.
It's my, yeah,
Give me my cat, fucker.
I got a question. Who changed the cat's litter box?
Not me. I don't do anything with the thing.
And it's not your cat.
It's not your cat. Then. If you don't change the cat's litter box, it's not your cat.
Hello, Cropsy 2019.
Hello, Cropsy. Yeah, she was brilliant in that one.
APFP.
I'm gonna say Robot Jocks because it gets like the muddle of all the horror movies.
Yeah.
And it's badass. People forget
I
he
love
directed.
Robot
Yeah.
You do.
Robot Jock is super fun.
It is.
That's another one I haven't seen, Stuck or Robot Jocks.
Robot Jocks is awesome. It's like Full Moon, but it's like the upper tier, like classy Full Moon. Like
Yeah.
or is it Empire or Full Moon? Was it Full Moon, brother?
That's when they were still. That's
That
when
was
they were
after-
still produced by Paramount Pictures.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Robot Jock.
Yeah.
Empire.
Yeah.
I think it was good.
Trances was Full Moon.
Yes,
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 it's Full Moon.
yes.
Yeah.
First was Empire, but yeah.
I always
Let me
get
just
those.
acknowledge something real
Francis is
quick.
Full Moon.
PFP said that the best ones were the Puppet Masters. Right now, if you go to Full Moon, you can sign up for their streaming service. And if you sign up for a year's worth of their streaming service, you get the brand new box set of Puppet Master on Blu-ray for free.
I need to go do something.
Cool.
It's $60 for the year.
You ordering it?
He probably will.
Did you do it, Brad?
That's a pretty yeah, I did. I've
Pretty good.
never been huge into Full Moon, but yeah.
Gotta
Oh,
look at
Head of the
pictures.
Family's really good. Yeah, I like that. I still haven't
It's
seen the
been a
second
while
one.
since I've seen it.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, guys, the last part of the discussion was, would Re-Animator work if it was made today, like as is, with the same people involved, same director and everything? What do you
Well,
think?
it'd
You
be
think it
older.
would go over today?
I think with horror fans it would.
I don't know if Barbara Crampton's saggy boobies would go over quite as well.
Oh boy.
She's a vampire. She still looks the same she did back then.
Wow.
She takes that bra off.
She did back then.
Yeah.
What wife is she, Dave?
Huh?
What wife is she?
In the top 5, but they all divorced me. I had to pay out like $1 million each.
They're going
David,
to home too.
I married you. I want $1 million.
You would have divorced him.
Yeah.
And put it this way, as long as they don't use CGI and some of the stuff, they stick with the practical effects, it'll still work. That's the only problem is that they do the cheat way and try to put CGI in some of that stuff, which will ruin the imagery.
They actually did.
Re-animate.
They did make it a couple years ago again, but it's like just based on the story.
Yeah, but it was, it wasn't like Stuart Gordon and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it could work
They
again
did
if you got good. If they do a good remake of the movie, it'll work. Depending on if it's a good, I mean, they do it well,
Yeah.
So I mean,
But do we want it beat for beat, or do we want a little
but
bit
do you
of-
want a remake of a film like that? You guys think it's a classic, like you said, Jen? Do you want that remake?
Look at JT. He said no.
No, probably not.
Don't
No.
touch Re-Animator.
There are just certain movies you shouldn't touch. 'Cause
Absolutely.
I did it right the first
Myself personally, it wouldn't bother me one way or the other because it's not one of my favorite films. So
I get that.
My thing is,
Re-Animator film went a couple years ago.
Like Dave said, technically it was.
Herbert, it's like is it a Spanish film? Herbert West Re-Animator, or is it Italian?
I was
I think
Italian.
it's Italian.
I think.
No, okay. Yeah.
I never even heard of it.
I don't know if
Me
I actually
neither.
consider
I mean,
that
I heard something like that about some Italian Re-Animator thing, but I haven't seen it.
It was
That's
a
like
couple
the
years ago.
Spanish Chainsaw Massacre. They're just ripoffs. They're not really the actual remake show.
True.
No, but if they were to
This
remake
one was
the
called
animated,
Herbert West Re-Animator. It was based on the same story and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, though, Sean. Okay, let's say we got a Re-Animator remake. Right now, who would you want in those roles? I mean, aside from the people, because they can't
If
obviously
it
do
was
them at that age
remade,
anymore.
I want to
don't
play
see
Herbert
anyone
West.
who could do it.
That would be.
Here's what I do. If I were to make, I get Samara Weaving.
There you go. Let's have Dave make it. How about a Dave
Get
version?
Dave to do it.
Dave directs it. We can star on it.
Did you say Samara Weaving?
Yeah, Samara Weaving. Yeah.
Yeah, but what about for the Jeffrey Combs character? I don't know anyone who could do that as well as him.
I would go.
No.
I wouldn't mind seeing. Who is the guy that plays? The guy that plays Eddie in the new It movie.
I know you're talking about. I
he
can't
would be
remember the
perfect.
name.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing him do it.
Yeah, he would
yeah,
make
it's
it
good
good.
casting. Yeah,
Yeah, he would make it good. I can't remember the guy's name, but I know you're talking about.
He's got that look to him. I think, and like for the leading female, if you were gonna go the Barbara Crampton route, which had to have the right assets, so to speak, I would put just myself personally. I would put Katie Holmes in there.
No.
bad casting.
I won't watch that.
Sorry, Brad. No, Samara Weaving.
She was
Come
naked
on,
all
man!
the
I've
time.
been wanting to see Katie Holmes' boobs for a while.
You haven't? You never seen The Gift?
No.
He's in The Gift.
What?
Yeah,
The
The
Gift? Yeah, well, that's the best part of The Gift.
Shows them.
Yeah.
I'll bet.
I like The Gift.
It's a good movie, which Sam Raimi directed it, didn't he?
Yeah.
The Gift? Really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure about that.
Yeah,
Really good cast there. Keith Blanchett.
Yeah, you might be thinking about another movie called The Gift, Jason.
Yeah, I have the Gift that he's talking about. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I've never watched it.
Yeah.
So I'll have to get on that.
It's a movie. I was thinking of the other Gift as well.
Yeah, because I thought Jason was thinking
Keanu
about
Reeves was a real like.
Oh, I love
piece
the
of
other
crap.
one. The other one.
Really,
Yeah, the other one. Yeah, that
different
other
role
kid.
for him.
Bateman.
Was good.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that was a
that
really
would
good
be-
movie.
Christian Bale would do really good in the role, I think, of the Henry Combs character.
Actually, I could see that.
Yeah.
he could do anything.
Yeah.
You just are Patrick.
Or like,
Okay.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, you look at him. I'm just thinking. Look at him and like he did as Patrick Bateman, like really kind of shrunk in here and kind of, he got to look for it.
His character in
Ben Grimm
Re-Animator
said
is
John
complete dick.
Hamm. What do you think of that?
Complete dick, but he's like such a likable guy, and I don't. It takes talent to pull that off.
Yeah, I don't think John Hamm. No. I
don't know anyone who would be able to do it.
Wow.
In the Euros West.
I haven't seen it, Hobbs.
Kathy Bates says, Meg, get out of here.
The nearest West. Okay.
That would be an interesting one where the head is getting all rapey. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's a good one, Cropsy.
Bill and I have a review coming up of a movie for the Comic Cave when we come back. Kathy Bates is in that movie, and I didn't even realize it. There's a lot of people in that movie I didn't realize were in it.
We're back. Our internet's been shitty lately.
Which one?
Welcome back.
Sorry, guys.
Also, did I just hear you say you wanted Kathy Bates to play Barbara Crampton's role?
No.
Someone in the chat did.
Someone in the chat did.
Crap.
Okay.
Cool. You do you, dude.
I
You do
think
you.
kind of. Sort of.
I've never
Maybe.
seen Ozark, Hobbs.
It's a good show.
Ooh.
I like the hat, Dave.
Thank you.
All right.
It's a good hat.
All right, guys. So since it's April, it's Werewolf Month. So we are going to do the top 5 werewolf movies of all time. Who wants to go first?
I will.
Or
Or
Jason.
Dave put his hand up.
Jason. Okay.
Go ahead, Dave.
What happened? I did this on Queen's stream.
Yeah.
Dog Soldiers, American Werewolf in London, The Howling. Sean did too, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dog Soldiers, American
I was
Werewolf in
on
London,
that, yeah.
The Howling. What else did I pick? Oh, Bad Moon, Ginger
Didn't you
Snaps.
say Wolf Cop?
Wolf? Yeah, it was.
Ooh, Wolf Cop.
That was
Yeah,
a
That's fun.
So I'd say
Wolf Cop is pretty good.
Dog Soldiers, American Werewolf in London, The Howling, Bad Moon, and Ginger Snaps. Yeah, is mine. I think
Mine is
that's
very
all.
similar, Dave. Mine is
Mine's close.
American Werewolf, Howling, Ginger Snaps. Late Phases is my actual favorite, and probably Dog Soldiers, I would imagine.
Good list.
Nice list.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, see, mine's would be Dog Soldiers, Ginger
Probably forgot
Snaps.
one.
Mine's is Dog Soldiers, Ginger Snaps, American Werewolf in London, Silver Bullet. I mentioned that, and The Howling.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
I get that.
I'd say with mine, you've got Dog Soldiers #1, American Werewolf in London, the original The Wolfman from Universal, The Howling, and I'm gonna go on it. I know that I'm gonna go with Bone Hill Road. I really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah.
Ooh, a new one.
Howl's a good one too, though. I almost put Howl on there. Howl is really good.
Howl's good.
That is a
Howl's
really
pretty good.
I didn't like the werewolf design there that much. They weren't hairy enough.
It's okay. It was all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the movie. The movie was really good.
All right. For my list, I have The Company of Wolves because, of course, I do because I'm a Neil Jordan fangirl. And I got The Wildling. I loved that movie. For a modern day werewolf movie, I love The Wildling. American Werewolf in London, of course. Kind of a tie here because I love Late Phases, but I also love Bone Hill Road, so I kind of cheated and put them together. And then I don't know if you count this one, but I love this scene so much. It's in the anthology of Trick or Treat, the Werewolf Sisters in Trick or Treat. I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that counts, Sean, but I love that one. It's my favorite segment of the.
I think that's the best story in Trick or Treat is the Werewolf Sisters.
Me too.
That
Me
one
too.
is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Hey,
my,
Mo,
What
what about
about
you?
you, Christian?
Hi, Mo.
I mean, number one, of course, American Werewolf was the best. For me, my new favorite has always been Late Phases. Ever since that's come out, I have adored the hell out of Late Phases. But yeah,
Hell yeah.
I think it's on the werewolf genre. Then probably American Werewolf in London. The classic Howling 3, The Marsupials, followed by Howling 2, Scare the Werewolf.
What? Are you fucking?
Wait a minute.
Howling at the bottom.
You're
That's
full.
You like the Howling Marsupials?
Yes, yes. I actually, like this was kind of a bit. I
But you-
actually love Howling 3, The Marsupials.
The problem
Oh,
is you can't actually call that a werewolf
I know.
film because it's not a werewolf.
I had a huge problem with the sequel. My sister's a werewolf, but I liked it mainly because of Christopher
terrible.
Lee was in it. But the marsupials, no.
I love the marsupials.
No.
Stupid. They're
Werewolves don't have pouches in them.
They're werewolves. Awesome.
But see, the thing is, Christian, is the marsupials actually is not a werewolf film.
Technically, they're were-thylacines.
Exactly, so it's not a werewolf, so can't be on your list.
You had Silver Bullet and
Oh yeah, but for actual one, Silver Bullet and
Ginger Snap.
Howling 2 wasn't a joke though. I do love Howling 2 and then Ginger Snaps.
And Silver Bullet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, Howling 2.
Does anybody here show any love or like American Werewolf in Paris?
No.
No, no love whatsoever.
It has its moments. But
Really?
it's
I was
just
going to
too
say, I
damn silly.
kind of like that movie.
It has its moments, but it's too damn silly.
Kick him out.
It's
a turd.
because it tried too hard to have the same type of humor that American Werewolf in London had, but it just goes off the rails.
Yeah.
Well,
Big time.
I just ordered, and I can't wait. I think I just ordered, and I want to get it, or maybe I put it on the wish list. I don't remember. But the original,
The Arrow?
no, not Werewolf of London. No,
Oh.
not American Werewolf in London.
Howling?
Silver Bullet.
Howling 2.
No.
Werewolf bitch.
No,
Howling
it's
3,
not.
the Marsupials.
Curse of the Werewolf.
Howling 4, the beginning. Howling 5, the Freaks.
Oh God.
Oh, and six is the Freaks. It's
Original Nightmare.
original
The only
Nightmare at the
Howling-
beginning.
The only Howling movie that's got any merit whatsoever is the first one. All the rest of them suck.
Don't diss Howling 2, damn it.
I like the
It's
Freaks. Is
fun, I'll
awesome.
give you that. It's fun to watch.
I like the Freaks a lot.
Freaks is alright, yeah.
The only good thing about him too is Sybil
That
Downing.
movie's bad shit.
Sybil Downing.
That's it. That's the only
Werewolf
redeeming
of London, 1935. Werewolf of London.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, that
good
one.
one.
Turner,
That was a good one.
Jacob
Yeah,
Stone
I just
Productions.
bought that on a double pack.
Did you?
Yeah, I just off of Hamilton.
Is it an Elvira double pack?
No,
Really?
Yeah, because I have that.
I don't think it's an Elvira double pack.
Hey, Adam.
Hi,
Adam.
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 Did you do your list
So
yet? Sean?
guys, my top 5 is number 5, Dog Soldiers. Number 4 is Silver Bullet.
Yes.
Number 3, American Werewolf in London.
So low.
Number 2, I'm showing love for the original Wolfman. And number 1, The Howling.
That's right.
Good. No Howling 3, but it's good.
It's no marsupial, is it?
Yeah, no, it's no marsupials. It's no werethylacines.
Please tell me you bought the Scream Factory Blu-ray of the marsupials.
Like
Please tell
Dave
me.
mentioned, the freaks. Did that have werewolf in it? That was just like carnival freaks and like vampires and shit.
Yeah. The guy they take into the circus was a werewolf.
Yeah.
And then the ringleader guy was a eggplant head looking vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got like you got a lizard dude. Yeah.
That thing was nuts.
Mm.
Yes, it is.
Did you buy the Scream Factory?
I wish I did. Money was tight when that came out.
The only person I know that bought it was Nick. He bought it.
I'm sure you can find it on
When it
eBay
came
for
out.
like 2 cents.
Why is it out of print?
You should.
Yeah. No,
Oh no, I never.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You always see these people that do unboxings of the Howling and or any of
Nobody
the
got
other Scream
one.
Factory stuff, and the only person I could find that actually bought that was Nick.
Uh-oh.
I do
So-
want to get. I do
I
want
was
to
like,
get.
"You
that-
got the Howling 3?" Yeah.
I
Turi
wanna
didn't
get
buy
that
it.
new Silver Bullet that's out. That looks really nice.
I do need to
Yeah.
get that.
Oh yeah, I gotta get
Well,
that.
he probably did. He found everything.
Yeah.
I love that cover when he's holding the baseball bat and the
Mm-hmm.
It's real good.
Hi, Danny. Bye, Danny.
I just got this crappy one.
That's the one I have.
I don't even have
That's
that one.
the
I
one
need to
I
get a
have, yeah.
copy of that.
Yeah, I gotta get that.
You
I
have
need to
the
get a copy of it still. Man, I really hope
But
you
the
guys
Scream
enjoy our new
Howling.
team segment.
Nice. That's a DVD too, isn't it?
That's the one I have. That's
John.
I have that one.
I
That
got
was when
the
Scream Factory was still releasing DVDs of all the stuff.
Steelbook.
I love when they do on the Screen Factory the locations thing.
Sean
They
Clark.
go to all the different locations where it was filmed. Really cool.
All right.
Yes.
Well, next one, Dave's probably gonna love. Favorite Tom Savini kill scene or makeup job in a film. The man Tom Savini.
I would say my favorite kill of all time, even though it's like really not that much like gore involved, but from the Prowler when he takes the guy and he like stabs him through the top of the head.
Damn it!
Yeah.
God damn it, Dave!
Yeah, Dave.
But like not like as I mean I could pull that effect off, but like I just love the meanness of it, and his eyes going white and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'd say for
roll back in his head.
yeah, I'd say for like probably I won't pick another one because I'll pick somebody else's. So I'll say that. Yeah, that's the one I'll pick.
Yeah, great choice.
I have one.
What's yours?
Maniac, where his head blows off.
Yeah,
Stop stealing, Jen.
That's
Stop
my,
stealing.
my favorite goriest one. Yeah.
My favorite one. I'm always
That's
loved
mine,
that.
Jen. You took mine.
That's mine too.
Mine too.
That was my favorite one because you.
Oh
you
yeah,
can't
the rap
get
scene from
anything better
Burn
than
is
that.
awesome.
I mean, that was even before the exploding head from Scanners.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Yeah.
And it's so amazing.
Yeah,
And
I love everything about that kill. The way it was shot, even
Mm-hmm.
the fact that they didn't have permits to do it. They were shooting on the streets of New York City.
Yeah,
with a
Yeah,
A real shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom Savini designed the head. He filled the head.
And he is the one that gets his head blown off too.
And he shot the shotgun.
Mhm.
And then they all had to run before the cops came.
I know that's why I love that because I remember watching that part when they were talking about that. I said, "Oh man, that's decent." That the fact that they had no permits, they had to shoot that real quick, and only had to get one take.
He talks about all the stuff he put in there. Like he put in sheep's guts, he put in watermelon,
apple cores,
all kinds of stuff in there to make it look good, and
it did.
Oh, so cool. But since everybody took that one, I'm going to go with my second favorite, and that's the very first Friday the 13th movie, the classic Arrow Through the Neck.
God damn it, Brad!
Because I always, growing up, man, watching that growing up, I used to think, man, I wanted to be into movies. I wanted to make movies for like still a little kid. And I always used to think, how did they do that? How did they do that? It looks so like it's going right through his real throat. How did they do that? Of course, now you can go on the internet and find out, but it takes away the magic of it.
True.
No, you know how I felt because back in the 80s, I wanted to know how they were doing all this makeup effects, and I just happened to pick up a Fangoria magazine, and then I saw all the practical effects and how they did it. So that's how I learned.
You want to hear something bad, Money? I didn't even know what Fangoria was until I was in like my senior year of high school. I had never even heard of it before. It wasn't sold on any newsstands where I lived.
Really?
I don't remember it.
Really?
I never saw it.
I had to go to the
around a long time.
I've seen it all over the newsstands, the drugstores back in the day, back when Woolworth was open, or any newsstands or any comic book, or any because most of what I bought on my comic books was Fat Jack Comics crap in Philadelphia, and that's why I got all my comic books and Fangoria magazine.
I actually read Gorezone first because for some reason you can find like Gorezone at like convenience stores, but I would get my Fangorias at the comic book shop. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I think I was in the 9th grade when I started reading Fangoria.
Mm-hmm.
And then for me with high school, what I was reading was I was either reading like metal magazines or I was reading Lowrider magazine. It was either metal or Lowrider, and that was pretty much it.
Those got boobies in them.
Yeah, but they also have badass cars in them too.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking. What's the motorcycle magazine that has the?
Yeah, I think you're thinking about the motorcycle magazine, not.
Yeah, sorry, Gray Man, you did.
I agree, man. You missed the Stuart Gordon movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed it, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to get my Star log for my science fiction and Star Trek and Star Wars and all that, and then the Fangoria for the horror. I used to always get both of those like every week, whenever they came out.
Even for like Star Wars and stuff, the only time I ever saw it was if it was on. If I ever saw something with Star Wars on the cover, I bought it. So like when Phantom Menace came out, they put a bunch of covers out on like Entertainment Weekly or whatever, and I bought them all.
Yeah.
I have a few of those, yeah.
You still have them?
Maybe. I'm not sure. Somewhere.
I think I do. Yeah, I still have mine.
Yeah.
A boobies obsessed chat. Yes.
I was stupid when I was a kid. I didn't save a lot of them, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the draft has started. I get updates whenever my Broncos draft somebody, so that's all I care about.
Yeah, I got my alerts set up for an ESPN for drafts when the Steelers start drafting.
I don't care about everybody else drafting.
Yeah.
You know, the draft, honestly, though, never really excites me all that much because I don't pay a lot of attention to college ball.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm just. I think it's just the ESPN thing where they just overblow it just so people can watch it and get the ratings.
Oh, I know. We were watching the ESPN the other day, and that's all they show the same like draft picks or mock drafts over and over and over again. I'm like, can't y'all like find something new to program?
What are they drafting for? People to stay in their houses and wear masks?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the
No
football
fans in the crowd.
Sure NFL's going to start on time.
Playing the game.
Yeah, it's possible. I really don't know.
I don't know if there'll be people in the stands, but I think the game will start.
Yeah.
Dude, can you imagine how many points an offense is going to be able to put up just because the crowds won't be roaring in their ear?
Yeah, probably true.
But I don't know.
It'll almost just like how WrestleMania was, where most of the matches were good, but you just missed the excitement of the crowd.
The matches were good, but there's something so weird about watching that. It was just so weird. Like, it's not the same. It doesn't. The crowd literally is a character of their own, and without that noise, it's weird to hear what the wrestlers are saying in the ring when they're trash talking. And
yeah, I know when they're talking to each
it's
other.
just weird. And then also the weirdest part though is how they run a promo when there's nobody in the audience. It's just so. But I did love that Undertaker thing. That was badass.
Oh yeah, that was decent.
I have to say, I kind of thought that. Yeah.
Go ahead, Sean.
But the Edge and Randy Orton was pretty badass too.
That was a good match too. Yeah, there were some really good matches. Just yeah. It's just weird, man. But like the draft though, like it's never really interested me that much. I don't pay attention much to college ball. And all the big people, like 7 times out of 10, I'm maybe not that much, but it seems like all the big people that people are excited about end up becoming draft busts anyways. All your best players are picked in like the 5th or 6th round, or not drafted at all.
Of course, you heard about the Gronk going to Tampa Bay.
Oh yeah.
I was a bit surprised, but not surprised.
Yeah. This is no. You didn't hear him calling anything like that, Gray Man. They really did well on their working. They did a really good job with it. It was actually a really good show. Just the Gronk part was weird. That guy is not smart. I'm not trying to be mean.
He's dumb as a
But
box
if
of
it
rocks.
wasn't for the fact that motherfucker could play football, he never would have made it to college. I can tell you that right fucking now.
Someone probably did his homework for him.
Absolutely.
Oh, he made it to college because people, his coaches pushed him. And boosters, tutors. Pretty much Hoosiers. Yeah. Pretty much blue chip.
If somebody recruits him to do announcing, I'll stop watching football.
Annie said that she thought he was the sexiest guy on earth. Now
He's
that
a
she watched
moron.
that thing, she thought he was so stupid. She just totally lost all attraction to him.
He is dumb as a box of rocks.
Yeah, he is. He really
The
is.
lunkhead, the lunkhead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's funny, people talk about how Peyton Manning sounds stupid, and that guy is one of the smartest dudes when you talk to him, but he just sounds like he's got that local voice, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got the southern accent. Yeah.
Back to horror.
Us only.
Enough sports. We don't want to bore everyone with sports talk.
Well, hey, we didn't start it. The chat brought that one up.
Oh, okay.
Move over.
No.
Because I have to pick one.
All right,
I'll
children.
pick the original Friday the 13th.
Don't let me come
The,
down to
axe.
Mexico and separate y'all.
Axe in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that was part.
Actually, Dave told me how they did that.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Wait, that's part 2, isn't it?
Yeah, I always loved that kill.
No, when
No,
she's in
that's
the
the
bathroom.
original.
And he
Oh! I thought you
Yeah.
meant where they X the face and rolled down the stairs.
No,
Sorry.
I always thought that was incredibly brutal.
Mhm.
Good scene though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
what you
scene.
do is you make
I was
you
gonna
make.
love
pick
the
Prowler.
suspense. I love the suspense building up to it too.
Mhm.
All right, somebody
You see
kick
it
Crosby
kind of
out of the
draw the
chat.
curtain back, like in the
Somebody kick
background.
Crosby out of the chat. Real football. Yeah, I don't think so. Soccer sucks.
We'll talk
Just
about
kidding. You're allowed to be there. I'm just playing.
What you
But
do,
it still sucks.
you take the real axe and you hit it on something solid, so it makes the sound. So by the time the fake one comes in, you think, oh shit! You associate the clanking sound with the axe in the face, you know. So you're like, that's real.
Yeah.
And then you just cut out a slot in like a rubber axe or or the regular axe and just put it in the face, you know.
Nice.
See, guys, that's why we have Dave here. You know, he can tell us all about these things. He's
All the inside information.
all the insider information.
Yep.
And no one's gonna say the head explosion from the Prowler.
Oh, that's a good one. Too.
That was okay.
All
a good
both of
one.
my answers, so I'm going to say the head explosion from
Basically, the same thing as Maniac.
cool looking.
I can't.
It was okay, but you know, it's just that probably because I saw the head exploding on the Maniac first. You know, that's just something
Yeah.
that's just brilliant.
Yeah. It's the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great third
Believe-
place.
I can't believe nobody said the raft scene and the burning.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's
that's a good one.
epic. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Spelled soccer.
Oh my god. Rude.
America is not number 1 in education, however.
No, unfortunately.
Brad, you're teaching the spelling.
American hand egg. That is the funniest description of football I've ever heard in my life.
American hand egg.
And then again, that's why America rules and all our other countries suck.
USA! USA!
I'm just giving everybody shit. You know how much I love you, Brits. You know, being an Irishman, we just naturally love British people. No, we don't.
Peanut huggers.
Hey, Cody.
Hi, Cody.
Cody.
I know we didn't get that much flack when Kelly and I went to London last year. They loved us.
Oh, dude. American football is so big over there, it isn't even funny.
Yeah, no.
And where I thought it would be weird is in Mexico. Mexico is all about soccer. That's like all they do. But NFL is huge in Mexico. Pretty big in Australia too.
Yeah, I know rugby's more. I think rugby and soccer are real big over in Australia.
Yeah.
But I know in most of South America and the Caribbeans, it's soccer and cricket.
Yeah, Brazil. They love that soccer.
Yeah, Brazil, they love their
Cricket.
cricket.
Has everybody answered the question about favorite kill yet?
I think so.
Because I'm really excited to get through this next one.
What's
We
the
Hey,
should
next
Cody
one
from
now. We've
H&M
only been on for an
Collectibles.
hour, and we've already got almost all the topics done.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 is the next one.
Hell no.
Ooh.
Tom Savini acting role in a
Brad's
movie.
favorite.
Okay.
Oh, you know how much I love TCM 2.
Hey, I like TCM.
I love TCM3.
Oh, are we making fun of how he has shitty taste in movies? Cool.
Yeah.
I know you ain't talking about. I'd say it's Gopher Boy.
I'm busy messing with Brad.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not a gopher. It's a marsupial. Christian lost all credibility for any future discussions by stating that howling marsupials is better than the original Howling.
I didn't say it was better. I said I liked it more.
You
I
put
said-
In Christian's world.
you said, and the original Howling dead last. That's what you
I
said.
did that for a bit. Oh, sure.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Two is my favorite.
Sure.
Kick him off, Sean. Kick him
I
off.
kicked you off too.
Favorite, hey, Cody, it's favorite kill from
I'm
Tom
turning the mic
Savini.
off here now.
Favorite Tom Savini kill?
Yeah.
What's the next? His favorite acting that he's done?
Yep, favorite acting.
Yes. What's your favorite Tom Savini acting role in a movie? He's been in a few.
He's been with you.
Yeah, he has.
The Ripper.
Uh-oh. No.
I
Yeah.
dare somebody to say the Ripper.
Remember he was in, what was it, Children of the Living Dead or
Yeah,
something like
at the
that?
beginning. Yeah.
Mhm. In the beginning.
I just want to go first so nobody takes mine before I say it.
Okay.
Sex
Hey,
machine.
Fuck you, Christian.
Everybody's gonna say Sex Machine.
Dude, that is the best thing ever, though. Oh my god. My favorite part is when he's turning, and he feels his tune.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
so funny.
See, Brad, you took away my favorite one.
I'll put this in the fridge. Oh, go back.
Done.
You're gonna have cake? Okay.
Good for me. I'm probably gonna be
that in the fridge.
Yeah, Dawn of the Dead.
No,
Biker.
not-
Oh yeah, Blade. Yeah.
Yeah,
Blades. Yeah.
yeah.
Then
He's awesome.
he comes back and Land of the Dead as a zombie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
It's awesome.
Yeah, same here. I go in Dawn of the Dead.
Awesome.
I'm gonna go Night Riders. Can I do Night Riders?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
I always
It's
forget
a-
about Riders.
Mm.
No, Brad
He's a stuff.
I'm gonna
Brad had to
Wow.
take my favorite one because I was going to say From Dusk Till Dawn.
Me too. Now I
Yeah.
have to go with the Ripper. That's pretty bold.
Double fucked over people.
Dust Till Dawn is just the one that I loved ever since I was a little kid, and
Yes.
not a little kid, but I mean,
Yeah.
you know. But he's been in
He's
so
got
much
the
great stuff,
shotgun
man.
down there.
Mhm.
He's got a small little role in Innocent Blood.
Yep.
Gun makes no sense. I love how in the show they try to explain how the fuck the gun works.
Does he play him in the show too? Or is it somebody else?
Jake Busey plays Sex Machine in the show.
Oh.
And they give him this elaborate backstory that he got his dick blown off in Afghanistan, so he just has a pistol there. They give him this super elaborate backstory to try to explain how the gun works.
I didn't know he was in Dawn.
Doesn't make it any less ridiculous.
Hey, man.
Hi, Ben.
How bad?
I did not know that he was in Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's the biker.
Oh yeah, of course. The lead biker, yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one that hacks this one zombie with a machete right in the face.
Yeah.
It's really awesome.
I knew he was in Land of the Dead as Blades.
He was
So
him alive and yeah, Dawn of the Dead.
Is it the same?
Yeah.
Is it the same one or is it a different one?
Yeah, it's supposed to be the same guy.
Yeah, same one.
I'm pretty sure.
He was really good in Grindhouse.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Cop.
That's right.
Harley. Miranda.
He was also good in Machete Kills, even though he dies by a horrible CGI effect.
True.
I still haven't seen the second Machete movie.
That's an insult.
Machete Kills is all right. Machete 1 is.
If you're gonna die in the movie, do practical effects, not CGI.
I like to think it was an in
No,
joke.
especially being him.
Exactly. The king of practical effects.
Yeah, gotta do it. To me, that's an insult. I'm pretty sure they thought it was an in joke to do it that way, but no, to me, that's an insult.
I get that.
Hey, Ben.
What's up, Cadaver Club? Ben.
What's up, Corey?
Makeup Ben Productions. Well, we're moving quickly tonight, aren't we? We only have one more topic left. Discussion on the use of CGI in horror. This should be an interesting discussion.
Oh,
okay. That's right. I forgot about that.
What are the best
I've been
and
really
worst examples?
I
Oh yeah, you had a couple.
I remember them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember them.
I can give you some good examples of really good CGI in horror.
Well, then start us off, you giddy little beaver.
No, you go ahead.
well, you got Jen's got a list, so I can't wait to hear this one.
Yeah, you start. You have a list.
No, I just
Yeah, I
wrote
didn't make a
ours.
list on this one because I hate CGI.
Yeah, I do too. You had a couple. You start.
Yeah. For me, I really tried to think of like examples besides like it's this practical effect with this. I could think of very few that were just strictly CG. Closest I could think of were Lee Winnell's use of it in The Invisible Man and Upgrade. That's like the closest thing I can think of. Otherwise, CGI always looks 10 times worse.
I'm not a fan of CGI.
Yeah.
No, there's some really good
Sharknado.
CGI in horror if it's done right.
If it's done right.
Yeah, like I said, Invisible Man, Upgrade, but a lot of those were enhanced by the actual practical effects.
I'll give you one that was done about 11 years before Invisible Man ever came out.
Okay.
Okay.
And most people don't even know it's CGI.
What?
What are you talking about?
The Friday the 13th remake.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
All of that, almost all of it is CGI.
Yeah.
And
Really?
you can't. Yeah, most people don't even know. You can't even tell.
That's it. I turn my
Another-
back on that movie right now.
Another really good version. Another really good thing where CGI comes up in horror is in Scream 4.
I think I remember the scene I think I know the scene you were talking about.
It's not just one scene; it's all the scenes.
The knife is CGI.
Every single knife blade in Scream 4 is a CGI knife.
Yeah.
They only used handles.
CGI just taking away from something you could do. You can get a practical knife and it's cheaper.
I don't know why they decided to do it that way. They just did, but all the knife blades are CGI.
Yeah, 'cause I thought it was just one of the trick knives that he does that it retracts.
It was all of them. No.
Yeah,
me too.
And then this Jason, remember we were talking about my my slashback for this weekend? Well, I changed my slashback, and I'm not going to give away what it is right now. But I review in the movie that I'm doing. In the movie that I'm doing, the CGI is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. But it's also a very low budget film, and the crappy CGI added to my enjoyment, if you know what I'm saying. So like the crappy CGI literally added to my enjoyment of the film. So it's not always is that bad CGI bad, unless it's that fake snow stuff like Dave uses.
Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah, that one. Deep
I
Blue
still
Sea.
think
I get what you're saying.
the worst example, in my opinion, of bad CGI in horror, when you give your worst examples, it has to be, in my opinion, in high budget films, because high budget films honestly have no excuse.
They don't.
Yeah,
they have no excuse.
Exactly.
So a film like, and it kills me too, that the same
Sharknado.
scene, the same team that did this film did did Friday the 13th, and that's a Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
And Nightmare on Elm Street just 1
Yeah,
year
that
later
really
did
hurt.
the CGI in that, and it's fucking terrible. And it's the same effects team, and I don't get
I
it.
don't understand why they had to do it on his face. Why?
Yeah, it was no date. That should have been all practical.
Yeah, the face, but the one that really gets me is
On
the
the
wall.
studio went over it.
Yeah, the one that really gets me is when he's coming out of the wall. I mean, Wes Craven did that basically with a sheet, and it looked fucking better.
I know, it looks great.
Snakes on a Plane for me.
Snakes on a Plane does have,
For
like,
the
for the
time-
time, it actually does hold up pretty well.
Yeah, I think that's decent CG. I'm not saying it's spectacular, but I think it's pretty decent for the time period. And I'm scared of snakes, and the fake snakes are real snakes to me.
And the mixture of CGI and practical effects still holds up in films like Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they used a mixture of, and
Yes,
if you ask me, those practical mixed with CGI effects look 100 times better than the complete CGI movie that is Jurassic World.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
I love that you, who said he was standing up for CGI, even ultimately said, "Oh, practical looks way better," but
No, I stand up. Good is good, whether it's, but I think that a lot of horror fans get this. Oh, like even Bill does it. It bothers me sometimes. I'm like, they just have this set against CGI. CGI, if used well, is a great tool for any film.
yeah, that's true.
If used well,
I agree.
Yeah, if you use
done
CGI,
badly, it's done badly. I mean, you know, and it's also still it's an art form that's still being perfected. Like you look at Species, the art or the when he blows his head off, you know, and he reforms. Or is that Species 2?
That's part 2.
Species
That's part
2, yes.
The Species 2.
When he grows, that is terrible looking. But it was also done in 1997 or 98, whatever it was. You know, I mean, some things are just not as good as others, but anything can be good if it's done correctly. So I think CGI has room in horror just like anything else. Especially in like monster films.
Again.
You know, if we're gonna get the stories we really want to get out of like, and I'm not saying they're better than the old ones, but out of stuff like Godzilla and all, you're gonna have to go with CGI.
Oh, sure.
Oh yeah. That's not my problem with CGI, because just like you say, if used correctly, CGI can make wonders. You know, with Jurassic Park, you know, that was excellent combination of practical effects and CGI. You know, make the dinosaurs look real. So I like that blend. But then you have movies like either Jurassic World or something terrible like The Bye-Bye Man. You know, that's terrible CGI. You know, nothing that makes any sense at all about that particular movie. Movie. I mean, come on now. When you shoot someone with a shotgun, close blank range, you should see blood, brains, and all that get on the wall, not some green shit.
Right. And see, Monty, and everybody lately has been praising the movie Haunt. And I think it's a good film, but that CGI special effects that were done very badly just pulled me out of that film completely.
Yeah, it didn't take me out of the film because I thought with Haunt, I think this is like the atmosphere and how they use the practical effects on the people. Hope I'm not. Did we all see Haunt, right? Everyone saw Haunt?
Yeah.
And
Dave hasn't seen it yet.
Oh, sorry, Dave. Well, I'll just say that there's some good practical effects. Yeah, unfortunately there's bad CGI in that picture. It sort of takes something away from that.
And it seemed like all the kills were either pull away or CGI, and they weren't done well. If they were done well, maybe I'd be into it, but they weren't done well. But I do really agree with like the movie being pretty good. The characters were cool. The one dude that was really cool. You know?
Needed more meat for me. The story needed a little more meat for me.
Haunt was okay.
It wasn't a
It
bad
is what it is because it's a haunted attraction film. You know, it's not supposed to be like I think
you did it better.
Candy corn.
No, well, candy corn.
Trick or treat or trick.
No, the one. Well, those are good too. But The haunted, the
Oh, Hell House.
Hell House, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hell House.
I thought that one did.
Hell House LLC was okay.
Hellfest.
Hellfest, that's the one.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hellfest.
yeah,
Hellfest
Hellfest.
was pretty good. That one was okay.
Hellfest was okay. I actually
I
like.
love
That one
I
used
like-
CGI too in their kill scenes as well.
Yeah, they did.
I like the whole haunted house design of Hellfest. That was decent. How the whole haunted house design.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed that one better than Haunt, to
Yeah.
be honest. But maybe it was the ending. I thought that ending was so fun.
That's why I like Haunt better than Hellfest.
I get
that.
I get that.
Cody makes an interesting point.
Yeah, he
That
does.
seems like the MPAA pushes them to CGI effects over practical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think there's any
I don't know
truth
why
to that?
the MPAA would care.
Yeah, I think it has to do more with ratings because because I think I don't know why they think that it's better to see fake CGI computer blood than to actually see what really happens when you hit somebody with an axe in somebody's face. you know, I think for some reason the MPAA think they won't get the R rating as opposed to like
I don't understand that because what difference does it make how it's done?
Yeah, I know.
Like,
That's what I don't get.
In in the original Shining, all the blood that comes running out of the elevator, they did that again in Dr. Sleep, but they did it with CGI this time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And it looks the exact same.
Looks the same because we all know that's not real blood. To me, this looks like
But
colored.
in the Shining, it was like a practical effect.
Yeah, because to me, it just looked like water. It looks like colored water with some Kool-Aid in it, red Kool-Aid mixed in it.
Delicious.
Yeah, it's thicker.
Yeah.
Definitely thicker.
Could you imagine the blood comes out and then here comes the Kool-Aid man busting through the wall? Okay.
I just lay on the floor and take it.
Oh, yeah.
Take a straw right there.
Yeah.
And the Kool-Aid man just runs over by his corpse.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that makes me think, Dave, of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Uh-huh.
How the chocolate river was real chocolate and it stank because it went down.
Yeah.
I just wonder why they didn't just
No,
use
it didn't stink because it was constantly fluctuating.
So, guys, I'll say my favorite CGI use in a horror film is from Interview with the Vampire when the young girl, the little girl changes in the transformation. I thought that looked beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And like so when she first drinks his blood and she's like, and then her hair slowly turns like perfect in her face, and then the teeth, and she's like, I want more.
Right.
I want some more. That's a great choice, Sean.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
a
even
great
think of that.
choice,
Yeah, that is a
actually.
really
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna pick
forgot about that.
I did too.
terrible choices, but I'm gonna do them anyways because they're my
Do
favorite.
it!
The relic,
Let's go.
the Cathoga, and the relic, and the monster, and Deep Rising.
Those are
Okay, I like the Monster Deep
I
Rising.
actually, I get your point because I actually love the design of the Cathoga and the relic. And
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite
I thought that one was bad.
feature horror movies. I really didn't mind the CGI effect of Deep Rising because how else are you going to try to create a monster like that?
Mm-hmm.
In that one. So I really didn't mind the CGI in the Deep Rising. But yeah, the Cathoga, oh yeah, excellent practical effects, excellent design.
See, I thought they were terrible in the relic, man. When it's not even touching the floor. He's not touching the floor. When he runs across, he's not even touching the floor. I
Watch
mean,
the movie on VHS.
You need to watch the movie again, Brad, because he does.
you know
touch
what else does that is Minotaur. Where the creatures, I thought the creature design was awesome, but when he was running right at you, the CGI, he's not touching the ground.
They float. They're so bad.
Yeah.
You know what the one I think that did a really good job is Sector 7. And I know I spout that movie a lot, but The CGI
no.
CGI monster in that's really good.
Nope.
Dude, that is an awesome monster. You said it yourself.
I love the movie, but there's a scene in that movie where she's going away on the bike, and it was the shittiest scene I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, but one scene out of the whole movie. One scene out of the whole movie.
Yeah, but it was a big scene, and it really took me out of the film.
It's still a badass film.
It is. I love the movie, but that scene was so bad.
Design looks really awesome.
How does a motorcycle, when it's driving straight, go like this? You can't. It can't happen.
Well, sure it can.
You got to turn the wheel to be able to turn. You can't go straight and go like this. No, it doesn't work. Never
like it was a hover bike.
Jesus.
It was on a shit. I don't even know how to explain it. Maybe it was on a dolly or something. Who knows?
You have to suspend disbelief, Jason.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I always say. You have to suspend disbelief to be a horror fan.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, we were just talking about that, Rick.
Yeah, that's a great example. It's CGI in Underworld. Terrible. Sorry.
Oh God.
Oh, you haven't seen anything worse than the original Subspecies. The little creatures and subspecies, they don't touch the ground.
They don't touch anything. They don't even look like they're
touch the ground. They look like they're moonwalking.
Oh God!
They look like they're moonwalking.
From Dreamcatcher.
Oh man, that's funny.
I mean, I love Subspecies. It's one of my favorites, but that's a bad scene. That just shows how cheap Moon is.
Yeah, the shit weasels from Dreamcatcher. Those look like shit. Appropriate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh. No, they don't touch the ground.
No, they do not.
If you want to see some shit CGI,
Langoliers. Langoliers is even worse.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, the cartoon wheels.
Scaring the little girl.
I was watching Minty Comedic Arts talk about the Langoliers. If you read that book, what's in the movie is exactly what the book describes.
Yeah, it is. Stephen King was on that amount of
it. Looked terrible.
What the hell it is because the CGI is so bad.
What makes it so sad is that the whole movie is set up decently until those meatballs come on the screen.
Yeah.
They look like fucking meatballs.
That takes you out a bit. Takes you out.
Shiny
it really does.
aren't even attached. Yeah.
Also, the literal hand of God in the stand doesn't look good either.
No.
I haven't watched that in a while. Good movie though.
Yeah.
It's like
Good
5
book.
hours long, but good movie.
Try 6.
Good book.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Excellent book.
Yeah. I have both versions.
Good for you.
I have the uncut one as well as the regular one.
Yeah, Bill and I are thinking about how we're going to review that movie. We're gonna have to watch it in like 3 different sittings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is now really the best time to talk about The Stand?
It's either the worst time or the best time, depending on your. I've been reading a lot of like post-apocalyptic books.
There's never a bad time to talk about The Stand.
That's true.
Yeah.
I guess I've been wanting to reread it actually because I guess it seems appropriate somehow.
Yeah.
You guys can't watch sitting?
We
What's
possibly.
wrong with you?
Good, but it's like I said, it's like 6 hours. I mean,
Yeah.
if I'm working,
We'll see.
I don't usually go over there for 6 hours. No.
We'll go over there for 6 hours. Have a sleepover. You can bring your baby.
Yeah.
You could have a sleepover now.
You can make a pillow fort.
Yeah. And now's the perfect time for sleepovers. I mean, like,
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
We almost did it the other day. We almost did, but instead we did a couple others.
See, there you go. Stand.
We
Sleepover.
decided to do 3 in one day instead of 1. So we got 3 movies and 3 reviews in.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's
Nice.
dedicated.
That way you have plenty of come out.
review
Well,
coming
guys,
tomorrow.
I have to mention one we talked about earlier. American Werewolf in Paris has some of the worst CGI I've ever seen.
That is the worst CG
Oh,
ever.
yeah.
They don't touch the
Everything
ground neither.
That's the worst.
Yeah,
Terrible.
American Werewolf in London had some kind of crappy early CGI when he's running up the stairs in the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not touching the dog or wolf or whatever. He's not touching the freaking floor either.
Dog.
Oh, that's because they had like there was like a
That's when they used to take the little stand-in things and put.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and like an arm up its ass.
Mhm. Like that's when you know your CGI is bad, is when you can tell that somebody copied and pasted it over your film.
That was like matte paintings and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't CG.
Later,
I know.
well, he used the computer to edit it together. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
put it this way, Dave. You just saw Cats, so I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Yeah.
Terrible CGI.
Would it be considered a horror movie?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, bye, Mom.
didn't you? I guess
Well,
you
you
could
consider
consider
it a
that
train
horror.
Mhm.
Yes, I liked it though.
Yeah, Dave actually liked Cats.
I need to watch Cats.
You can watch it by yourself.
Oh man,
I'm out.
you can't be any of the worse than any of the other bullshit I've been watching lately.
That's good for you.
Don't
You're not-
underestimate your talent for watching bullshit movies, Christian.
That is true. I do love
no,
bullshit movies.
no bounds.
It does have a
I
talent
don't
for
know,
that.
Cody. We actually burned through all of the questions, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh
Cody.
shit, we haven't even been on for
we
2
burned
hours
out.
yet. Fuck.
Oh my god! Quick, let's talk
I
about
was
something.
gonna,
Yeah.
Talk about cats.
I was gonna say a couple of examples in.
No,
Yeah.
I got a good one for you, Christian. Watch Killer Sofa.
I've seen Killer Sofa.
Because
I loved Killer Sofa.
Is it bad?
It was my child.
Excuse me, am I a grandmother?
Sure.
Don't make me a grandmother.
Okay.
Oh man,
I'm too young.
I loved Killer Sofa. That movie.
Is it bad, Monty?
what do you say?
Is it bad?
No.
Killer Sofa?
Killer Sofa. It's just one of those pictures. Like you either going to love some of the craziness in that picture, or you're just going to say, "What the fuck did I just watch?"
I did both.
Yeah, because there's some stuff that's just absolutely funny. You can't help but laugh at it, and there's other stuff that's like, "What the hell?"
Later, Cody.
Yeah, I found that last night when I was watching Amityville. It's About Time.
So, what about you?
I was
Sean?
dying through half of the Amityville horror last night. The Amityville, It's About Time. That's got to be the funniest sequel I've ever seen.
Oh boy,
It's
I'm
terrible,
sorry.
but it was so entertaining
Yeah.
though. It made me laugh so hard.
What were you gonna say? What was your
It was,
example?
I think Sean said American Werewolf in Paris.
I couldn't. No, he was.
Yeah, but I was gonna say a couple examples where it almost ruined a really good movie, like the original Nightmare on Elm Street when Freddy goes to stab Nancy and he like disappears and it looks like little stars or some shit.
No,
yeah.
Oh well, that was when they were. That was. I mean, like then that's when it was a brand new tool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, I had no problem with that.
Come on, the worst special effects scene.
but it hurts them.
I have no problem with that scene, honestly. The worst special effects scene period in that movie is the very last one.
Oh,
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
Freddy
with the
fell.
dummy phone.
When
Sure.
Freddy dragged the dummy end of it. I think someone said
Your phone's ringing. It's your mother.
I think they said it was some type of an arm and all was some type of a doll that they drug into the window.
Yeah, it was a blow-up
Yeah.
doll.
Yeah, it's really a sex doll.
Nice.
And then in like the original Hellraiser when they all die and it's like the blue lightning when they touch
Yeah,
the
that doesn't look that good.
I don't think it looks
doesn't
bad.
quite hold up.
I didn't mind that at all.
I didn't either.
I think that CGI in Hellraiser looks really damn good, especially when the Frank corpse is coming back together.
Oh, that looks beautiful.
Oh, that was decent. I like that.
Well, that's
and that was like one of those half CGI, half practical things where they use CGI to like speed up where they pulled the thing back, but then they use CGI to like put it all together.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that looked really good. The very end of that, honestly, where the dragon thing, that was the worst shot in that movie.
Oh, the dragon.
Yeah. Oh, the dragon, yeah, when he comes takes back the box. Yeah, I thought that was funny.
It was interesting.
Oh, dragon.
There's another movie where it looks like the creature doesn't touch the ground, and that's The Host.
I was going to say
a really good movie.
I don't think he was actually on the ground, though. Was he? Because in The Host, he's always attached to the walls and shit.
No, he's on the ground. Like when they're first at the, like where the water is and everything.
Yeah,
they're like right on the side of the water.
Did you notice how The Host, they thought it was a pandemic? It was a pandemic movie, and everybody was looking like COVID-19. Dude, I half expect every time I go to Walmart to see that creature come running around the corner.
Yeah,
that'd be kick ass.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, that'd be kick ass if that.
Really badass movie though. The Host is an awesome fucking movie.
Oh, I love
The Host. I like it. I just
well done.
It's a little wonky.
The only thing that hurts it for me is the CGI.
Yeah,
the people from Train to Busan did that movie.
Yeah.
Director and
everything. That could bring you to World War Z. That's got some kind of CGI in it.
I haven't watched that movie, but like,
oh, it's a piece of shit.
When they do those masked scenes where it's just massive, that's like doing the crowd scenes in a Star Wars movie. You know, that's just a big mass of people. It's not that hard.
Yeah, like when they show them climbing up the building. Yeah, that was rough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a rough CGI right there.
That whole movie is rough.
I haven't watched the unrated version yet.
Where's yours?
I don't care enough.
I know. I saw the PG-13 version in theaters, so I bought it.
Did you really?
Yeah, I bought it just to watch the unrated version, but I never got around to it.
Yeah.
Had to clean out your sock, organize your sock.
Yeah.
Some really bad CGI that pulled me out was in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh, the blood just disappears.
Blood,
yeah.
And in the sail, all that. Yeah. Oh my God.
I have a movie. I don't personally think it's bad, but I think Christian will think it's bad.
Which one?
It would be one that's on my wall.
Oh, yeah.
Sleepwalkers.
Yeah, Sleepwalkers.
I personally love that film. I adore that
when
film.
he's in the car and he looks at the cop.
Yeah.
That's
Or when his face melts, you know, when his face is,
when his face morphs.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
CG looks awful.
Just like From Dusk Until Dawn. Same thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That one looks
There's
a
some
little.
really bad CGI in that too.
Yeah, there's some rough
Selma
CG.
Hayek. Yeah.
There are some rough effects
Good
in
movie,
general. Hold on. Yeah, great movie. But there's some rough effects in general in that movie.
I think Sleepwalkers is amazing.
I know you.
What are the rules?
you do.
Now those cat people, what are their rules? Because they can make cars invisible and stuff.
Yeah, the movie never clarified.
Watch my review, Dave. I read the definition from
Oh God, the stupid definition that they pulled out of their ass.
Yes, that's awesome. From the movie. I did a thing and I Googled that shit.
Yeah. Another good CGI movie. It's not really it's not a horror, but it is creature feature, I guess. All the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, including I really like the one in part 3. I think all have really good CGI.
Yeah, it has some decent CGI in it.
I see those movies a lot because Jake likes them.
I haven't seen the last two.
And now that they own ILM, they have no excuse for bad CGI since ILM's the best.
Are they gonna like reboot that? I had heard something about that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I hope not. Sit down.
I hope not, because I
think we've had enough of it.
I can't remember the last one.
They're making another one, yeah.
I know they're making another one.
Dead Man's Chest.
What was that?
Dead Man's Chest, I think it was, Monty.
No, that's the second one.
Yeah. There's a bunch more.
No, you got
Dead Man's Chest.
You got the original one, Dead Man's Chest, and World's End, and I forgot the fourth one.
Then,
What was
Stranger Tides.
Stranger Tides.
Tell No Tales.
Stranger Tides.
I haven't seen the last two.
Dead Men Tell No Tales. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dead Men Tell No Tales is my least favorite. That one, I don't like
I don't mind
what they
that.
did to his character. I didn't like what they did to his character.
Who?
To Jack's character.
Sparrow?
Yeah.
What did they do?
He's completely insane.
Yeah.
But he's living in
Mhm.
he's lost his ship. He's living in. I just thought it was not very good. But
Mm.
the movie itself is okay, and I like how they went back and forth.
It definitely gets goofier as the series goes along.
They
Yeah.
did a good job going
Yeah.
between the present and the past when they were talking about the stuff in the past.
But it's like he becomes dumb.
He became dumb after the second one because of what happened to him when he died.
hmm So I'll give one more example of a good movie that I like that has some pretty bad CGI. Freddy vs. Jason.
I love that.
I don't
movie.
see it. I think the CGI in that looks good. I
What's-
don't mind
what's-
the
what's-
CGI.
what's-
Some bad stuff. Come on, like when he rips that girl's nose off.
I
and
like
stuff.
that.
Oh,
Part.
yeah,
It
yeah.
never bothered me.
I didn't have a problem with that. I didn't have a problem with that.
I
It's
didn't
never bothered me.
No.
Yeah.
I
didn't-
think Freddy vs. Jason, and I know people are gonna hate me for this, but to me that is like the pinnacle of a modern slasher. You don't get much better than that.
You don't.
But there's more than one slasher, Brad, so it's not a slasher movie.
Bite me, Jason.
I don't consider it a slash
The
movie.
two biggest slasher franchises in history. It's still a slasher.
Can't be a slasher. There's more than one slasher. Can't be.
Technically, the only slasher in it is Jason. If you really want to get technical,
Yeah.
he's the only one that did any of the killing.
Freddy.
Freddy
Freddy
kills.
did.
Freddy only kills one person in
Yeah,
there.
he does. He only kills one person.
Yeah.
Right.
Two slashers.
I like it. I don't have a problem with that movie at all. I know most people don't like
Yeah,
it, but
why'd
I
you say
like
that?
Freddy vs. Jason. I do.
Yeah.
So do I.
Oh, I
Oh,
like
yeah,
it.
I
It's
love
just there's some pretty bad CGI in it at certain points. I think
Yeah,
Like
when he
those
pulls the head up out of the
little
water,
slug
and
thing
he's
that comes out when the guy gets high and turns and
winking.
tell me that doesn't look bad.
What's
Yeah.
in again, Sean?
You know what always pisses me off? There's some of the
The
movies I
little
get from
slug
Wild Eye.
that like
They use,
Freddy that comes out the wall and turns in the kind of like Freddy and smokes the
Oh, you're talking about the caterpillar scene. Oh no, I actually I
Yeah,
love that
yeah.
scene.
I think it's cool looking. I
Yeah, I
always
think it's cool looking. It kind of reminds me of some of the Ray Harryhausen monsters.
use.
I get that.
I like it.
No one cares.
Okay. Yeah. Oh God, I just thought of another one. Creep Show 3.
Oh yeah.
Oh
This
my god.
the first segment where she like time travels through a TV and quick rip off Creep Show 3. She time travels through a TV remote.
I think you're
And then
thinking of
she's
Stay
not-
Tuned.
And then she melts, but it's CGI melting.
You're gonna ignore my 6 Stay Tuned
Nice
reference.
Stay Tuned reference.
Thank you.
I love Stay Tuned.
I didn't even know there was a Creepshow 3.
There's
It's not
There is.
official. They only did it because he didn't have the rights to it.
yeah, we don't count.
Yeah, nobody like
It's not counted, but it just has the title of Creep Show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Till-
no, Creep Show 3's Tales from the Dark Side.
Yeah, Tales from the it's supposed to be.
I picked up that, speaking of unofficial, I picked up the Hills Have Eyes 3 from Code Red.
Nice. Fucking Hills Have Ice 3.
I just call it Mind Ripper. That's probably filmed around you
I
guys,
didn't-
right?
I didn't have issues with the host, Ben. I have no issues with the CGI on the host.
Yeah,
That wasn't me. That was
No.
somebody else.
Hills of
That
Ice
was me.
3 was probably filmed around you guys
me.
in New Mexico,
Yeah.
something like that.
All the Hills Have Eyes movies are filmed in New Mexico.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
this
remember where they filmed a lot of the first one.
this
All of
yeah,
them.
this
They're
was
all
like
filmed here. When I was looking for back when we did slasher movies from your area, I was debating on whether or not to use them because I couldn't find anything else.
The Gray Man picked a good example. The Shocker.
Yeah.
Traveling to the CBO, yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't take away my enjoyment of the film, but it was still funny looking.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what was really bad? The Lawnmower Man.
Oh my God.
Okay, hey, let me ask you a question here. Okay, I've never watched the two movies. I have them both, and I've never watched them. Are they not based off the Stephen King story?
I don't even know.
Stephen King story.
In the loosest sense
They're
of
supposed
the
to
word.
be, yeah.
Well, no, are they supposed to be? Because it doesn't say based on a Stephen King story on the.
Yeah, they're supposed to be.
Very loosely. The book, the novella is a lot different than the movie. I guess technically, it's an adaptation, but in the
Job's War is a masterpiece.
just loosest sense of the word. Loosest sense of the word.
You're having flashbacks to Job's War, aren't you, Dave?
For Bill and I are doing for our second episode of our new King segment, we're doing a very loose adaptation of a King film or of a King book, but it's a really good one.
The Mist?
What's that, Brad?
What's that, Joe?
The Mist?
No.
Oh.
No, The Mist was actually pretty close.
Really?
Except for the ending.
One of his
the ending's different in the movie and the book.
Yeah, but the story itself is pretty close.
Is it one of his actual books or one of his short stories, Brad?
It's a book.
It's a book.
I'll give you a hint. It's a book that he did under the name Richard Bachman.
Oh,
A Thinner?
Nope.
Desperation.
Nope.
The Long Walk?
Nope. That was never made into a movie.
Never made into a movie.
The Dark Half? No.
No, that was in the Stephen King.
That was in
Oh,
Stephen
okay.
King. It's not Rage. Rage was never made into a movie, was it?
Nope. And it never will be, according to Stephen King.
Yeah.
This is bothering me, Brad. Give me my Bachman book.
The Regulators?
Nope. There's only one more. You've named them all but one.
I'm gonna go.
Fuck! Which Richard Bachman book are we forgetting?
Here, I've got the Bachman books.
Ah! Is that just a comp of all of his books? Wait, he said we've read them all. Roadwork?
Nope.
Are you talking about the Running Man?
Ding, 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 ding,
Yeah, the
ding,
Running
ding,
Man,
ding, ding,
Yeah,
ding.
I think it has to be the Running Man because that's the only one he didn't name.
Fucking, I forget that's a Bachman book.
Yeah.
That is such an awesome movie. But
That
it
is an awesome movie.
So
It's a good movie, yeah.
on his book. So yeah, we're not just
I
doing
always
horror
forget
stuff
that.
with that segment. We're doing anything King.
I get that.
Do the entire series of Under the Dome. It's it's totally worth your time. It's one of the greatest shows ever.
Maybe. Oh God.
Let Dave tell me you didn't get suckered into watching that.
I watched all of it. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I watched it. I watched it till the end. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I started to watch it, but it lost me.
It started off pretty good, but then it wimp it out.
Yeah, I'm very sorry,
Yeah.
Dave. I didn't even bother.
It's only in the finale of the first season where it jumps off the rails, and then it doesn't stop. Like it takes the rails, it throws the rails into outer space,
Fucking cool.
and then it just dynamites the fucking train.
Mm-hmm.
And by that last, maybe like the mid to, or maybe even like the end of was it third season? Did they get the third?
I say by the end of the third season, it because by the end of the third season, it really just went off the rails.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck.
But I think the book does too. I only read so far in the book, and then I was like, I'm done.
I never.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Under the Dome.
Oh, Under the Dome.
Best version of that is the Simpsons movie.
Yeah.
No, the best version of that is Biodome.
Oh God.
Oh,
Pauly Shore.
I don't think that's the same thing.
No, that's
I actually went to the theater to see that. I don't know what I was thinking.
It's okay. It's Biodome is awesome.
Yeah, I actually kind of like Biodome.
There were worse ones.
I like Biodome better
Like
than
son-in-law.
I like Biodome better
I
than
like
Wayne.
Son-in-Law.
I like Son-in-Law because I like the girl that plays in Son-in-Law.
I like them all.
Encino Man.
Tiffany Amber.
Jury duty.
Yeah.
I don't with you, Monty. I don't either.
See Tiffany Amber Thiessen do half a striptease. Thiessen, whatever its name is.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
I'd say
What's her name, Brad?
I don't know. However it's said.
I don't like In the Army now as much as the other ones, but I liked all of them pretty much. Besides, I still liked In the Army now, but still probably the weakest one.
I was watching a Goofy movie the other day with him in it. And
Oh yeah,
they literally
Tower of Cheese.
That's what I was going for.
they basically just let him play himself in a movie again.
Yeah.
Like,
You had to be a '90s kid.
talk about being typecasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Encino Man's probably my favorite.
Remember when he was on MTV and shit? We're chilling nature.
Oh boy.
I'm with you, Monty.
I just could not get into that type of humor.
Don't know.
That's just my type of humor.
Stoner college white guy humor.
Yeah.
What do you say, Brad?
Stoner college white guy never had to work a day in their life humor.
Yeah, I just I
Yeah, pretty much.
couldn't get in that type of humor.
I guess Ernest was my gateway drug into it.
Yeah,
See, I like Ernest.
kind of actually.
That's more redneck, I think.
I'm not an Ernest guy either, so.
You're not an Ernest guy?
But Ernest Goes to Jail.
That is a good one.
The movie's amazing.
And the Halloween one.
Scared Stupid's all right, but Goes to Jail.
And the
I
show.
could never get in. I could never get into Ernest. I don't. I hate Carrot Top.
Doesn't everybody?
It's like this.
And everybody.
Ernest and Carrot Top, they're okay for about a good 10-minute stick, but then and then it's not funny anymore because they unfortunately they do the same thing all the time, and there's so much I could take Ernest's goofy faces or Carrot Top's or ridiculous talking. You know, only 10 minutes. That's it. And after that, you know, it's just like some of the Saturday Night Live skits that they turn into movies. There's only so much you could do with, you know, with the dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun.
What are you trying to say about It's Pat?
It's kind of like Tyler Perry. It's the
Like
same
Roxbury.
fucking thing every time.
I have to fucking Roxbury.
It's Pat is fucking amazing. I stand up for It's Pat. Fuck you.
I don't.
Go to hell. Go to hell.
Pat,
What about Stuart Saves His Family?
I love
that movie.
You have to.
I can't believe they stretched that into a movie.
You know, in my opinion, the modern day version of Ernest or whatever is fucking Tyler Perry, and I can't stand him. The exact same fucking jokes, the exact same fucking movie,
Comedic actor.
done over and over and over again. All those Medea movies, oh my god!
I don't like the Medea movies, but like Acrimony, I admit it. I dug Acrimony.
Tyler Perry.
It was crazy.
See, this is the problem you make with Tyler Perry, Brad. You don't go to his comedies. You go to his melodramas because they're some of the funniest shit you've ever seen in your life.
You gotta see Acrimony, Brad. You have to.
Have you ever wanted?
Tyler Perry has made a career. Tyler Perry has made an entire career of ripping off Eddie Murphy.
Yes.
I know he's a nice guy. I've heard he's a super nice guy, and I like his when he's. I want to see that new show that he's got about the cult. What's it called?
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. I can't remember the name of it.
Is it any good?
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it yet. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you don't go to Tyler Perry for the comedy. You
Brad,
go to
you
his
have
melodramas.
to see Acrimony. You have to do.
I'll just stay away from his movies altogether.
His melodramas are some of the most batshit cinema I have ever seen in my life.
If I don't like a comedy from a
I
comedian,
saw one. I
Why
saw
would
one
I wanna watch
recently.
a
It was like
drama?
a murder mystery.
Was it Netflix?
It wasn't that bad, actually.
Well, listen, guys, I gotta get ready to go.
Oh, okay.
Avita
Gotta
Sen.
go.
Bye, Monty.
Love to hang out with you, Monty.
I know.
Later,
It's been a
Monty.
great time. Y'all, please stay safe out there and ignore the nitwits.
You too, man. Thanks for joining us tonight. Take it easy, Monty.
Later,
All right. Always remember, people, horror rules. Night, people in the
Yes.
chat.
Hi, Monty.
All right.
Night, Monty. Hugs.
Night.
Nah.
Well, guys, this might be one of the shorter ones we had. Remember that one we did was 5 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay though.
I want
Jolly good show. Jolly good show.
I
Absolutely.
want cake, Brad.
It's
Brad.
been fun, guys.
You
You want a cake, Rat?
I want a cake, Brad.
Oh.
Cake.
What?
You can make a rat out of a cake into a
How do
rat.
you make a rat into a cake?
Well, actually, you can. I think that's
Yeah.
Joan Crawford.
That's true.
Fun.
I found an amazing movie on Prime yesterday. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is because I'm going to do a review tomorrow. But I found an amazing movie on Prime that is like, oh my god, from this year too.
We got to hold out on me, Jen.
I'm gonna. It's a great. It's Mom. It's called M.O.M. You know,
I
Mothers
saw
of
that
Mom.
with the gas mask on the front.
Yes,
It's
it's
like a gas
great-
mask on it.
Yes. It's an
I have it on
amazing.
my watch list.
You should.
It's pretty good.
It's good
Yeah,
one.
It's on my watch list.
Yeah, you might want to bump that one up, Jason, because it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually first on my watch list.
Oh, good. I can't wait to
I
hear
think
your
it just
thoughts.
came out.
Yeah,
I
it
need to-
just did.
I need to make a watch
That's why I
list.
love having you guys on here because you guys are always up on the newest stuff. Like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Do you have Prime, Sean? Do you have It's on Prime if you want to check
What
it out.
movie are we talking
I
about?
don't have Prime.
Mom, it's Mothers of Monsters. It's on Prime. It's amazing. I'm going to do a review tomorrow, a solo review.
Mothers
And that's
of
the thing. Usually, I wait a while usually, but this one I have a lot to say about it. So.
The Gray Man asked best horror movie music, guys. I mean, we could go on all night about that.
Soundtrack or musical score? Because if it's
Musical
sound,
score or soundtrack. That's what Ben asked.
Slumber Party Massacre Part 2.
that does have a good soundtrack.
I'm not kidding. Every song on that soundtrack is gold. I have it on my iPod. The boys caught me jamming to it.
That is a good soundtrack.
Yeah, and it's not just Let's Buzz.
Yeah.
Don't let go.
Yeah. Well,
I want to be.
that's great.
Your
Yeah, that's
Tokyo
great.
We went
Kanata.
quiet because we were going to end the show. That's why we went quiet.
Who said what now?
Now sing it.
Oh.
Power of the Night from Critters.
From Critters is good.
Yeah,
The entire Return of the Living Dead soundtrack's a treasure to me.
yeah.
Thank you.
The Lost
Yeah,
Boys
it's
soundtrack.
great.
Sorry, Brad.
Yeah. Lost Boys soundtrack's great.
I still believe in now. I still believe in.
The end credit song from Jason Takes Manhattan. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yep.
Thank you,
I like
Jason.
that one.
Can I hear
I think the best soundtracks on horror movies are either Bride of
John
Chucky
Carpenter.
or Freddy versus Jason.
Psycho.
How about Halloween?
We're talking about soundtracks, not scores.
Okay. I thought
Brain-
The
The brain,
There's
brain
really
scan
no-
soundtrack's really good.
Brain Scan, yeah.
And the Crow soundtrack and the Demon Knight soundtrack.
Yeah.
Pro soundtrack.
Pro soundtracks kick ass.
Mm.
the last song on not Slumber Party,
Sleepaway
Sleepaway Camp 2. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
People Survive.
Yeah.
I was jamming that the other day, the Anvil.
Oh,
Anvil.
I like the beginning when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Oh, Society's theme.
What about you? You're the big music guy.
Like I said, Return of the Living Dead's like always my go-to. That whole soundtrack's just amazing.
Power of the night.
Critters has a pretty good one.
I love that song. I have jammed to that song
I
so
know
many
you
times.
I know you have.
See what else?
What other are some really good ones? There's the Cat People theme that David Bowie did. It's a thing.
That's a thing.
That is a thing. I think. What about some like newer
Amy
movies?
Beck's in the chat. I haven't seen her before.
Yo,
Hi.
I can't think of any newer ones like
Yeah,
that.
that's what I was asking. Can anyone think of anything like in the last 5 or 10 years that has a really killer soundtrack?
Yeah, It Follows.
Oh
It
yeah,
Follows does have a pretty good
It does.
Maniac.
Maniac
Remake
remake.
is a really good soundtrack.
Deathgasm.
Yes.
Deathgasm
Yeah.
is a good soundtrack.
Yeah.
Devil's-
Leatherface.
There aren't a lot these days. That's
Devil's
the
Candy.
problem. You know, a lot of movies don't have good scores or soundtracks anymore.
Yeah.
Devil's Candy has a good soundtrack.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. That one does.
Yeah.
That Deathgasm both have great ones. The Editor has a really
Phantasm,
good score.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Phantasm will always be my favorite film score ever. I love the Phantasm score.
It's always
That's
a toss
great.
between that and Escape from New York.
That one's also good. Anything John Carpenter did.
True.
Nice. Yeah, anything.
Yeah, the They Live theme is great.
Yeah,
Vampires'
Vampires.
theme is great. Escape from New York, Big Trouble.
See, I'm more into scores than actual soundtracks, honestly.
Yeah, I get
Get
that.
that. But there are some great soundtracks.
Pet Cemetery.
Yes, Pet Cemetery. The original.
Nice.
Yeah, the shitty new one had a shitty cover.
Zombie 3 and Zombie 4.
Yeah, that's even as much as I hate the Halloween remake, Zombie does pick really good music. It didn't match the movie, but it matched his movie, but it doesn't match
Kinda
Halloween.
did.
But it's
This
just
terror-
there's still really good songs. I mean,
I thought it did match it pretty good. But
This
then
terror
I'm the only one
train.
that likes Rob Zombie's Halloweens.
Oh, come on.
I
the
didn't
big-
like it. I didn't like it in part 2 though, when he
Am
used
I
the whole
evil?
song of Knights in White Satin. Oh, come on.
See, the one that always gets me, and from Halloween 2, is when they're blaring "Am I Evil" after she finds out she's Michael's sister. I was like, really, dude? You're being a bit obvious here.
Speaking of Knights in White Satin, Hounds of Love.
Why don't you
I
just beat me over the head with it?
I can never not hear Knights in White Satin the same way. If you've ever watched Hounds of Love, you will think of that song way differently. It was used brilliantly in that movie.
That movie was
That whole movie had great
That
soundtrack.
was pretty good. Yeah.
Hounds of Love.
I
is an
agree,
amazing-
Ben. American Psycho has a great soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Hell
it
yeah.
does.
yeah, that
Yeah.
one does too. The Omen theme.
Oh yeah.
The whole score.
Oh,
is
The
good.
Omen as a
Nice.
I don't know if you can call that a score or a soundtrack because they use like real monks to chant though.
Yeah, it's real Gregorian
Like a
chanting.
chant thing. Yeah.
Like that's just
Dominoes.
that's just
Mickey
amazing.
Mouse. Mickey Mouse.
Love that.
It's kind of a half-ass version.
Oh,
and then
Hounds of Love.
Yeah,
Yeah, Hounds of Love.
that's the one. Yeah. It has an amazing. You can never not hear the song. Every time I see it, I see them dancing in that living room.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. I love Hounds of Love. I love Hounds
know
of
you
Love.
House by the Cemetery soundtrack is crazy.
Holy
Yeah.
shit! Yeah. Any of Fulci's soundtracks, Argento's were all pretty good.
Yeah.
It's
Dem-
the movie though.
Demons has always been a personal favorite of mine.
Yeah, House by the
Terry.
I love the score in Amityville Horror, believe it or not. Even though I don't like the original movie that much, I love that opening
It does
theme.
have a good score.
Oh,
Think about it. That's one you don't hear much. Yeah, it does actually.
I think the universe is telling me to watch the
Amityville movie. I mean, I'd be down to watch Amityville.
Yeah.
I got them all except for one. You know, I don't have the remake either. Shit.
I have the remake. I'm curious. Is it about time you don't own?
I love
I
it.
have
It's
the
about
original
time.
and I have the remake, and that's it.
That is a
That
super
movie is
game.
crazy.
It's about time is amazing.
It's fucking crazy.
The one I did I like the least is probably Dollhouse. I don't know.
Really?
I thought that's what I was gonna like the best, but I don't know. Dollhouse just by that point I was expecting them to all be like slasher movies instead of like ghost movies. So I was like
Supernatural slashers.
yeah.
Yeah, you could say that.
And then only one person dies. I'm like, God damn it! Why didn't everybody die?
Which one don't you have, Dave?
I don't have Cursed, like the
Yeah, I don't
Amityville
have that
Curse.
one.
Yeah, Curse.
What do you think of Awakening?
And so Suspiria.
I liked it.
Oh, how
do
could
too.
I not have
Yeah.
Suspiria?
Suspiria is good.
Oh my god.
So is the remake score is pretty good too.
Yeah, it is. The
Probably better
remake.
than the movie.
See, no, I like the movie. It's not
It's too
like.
fucking long, but I like a lot of aspects about it.
See, I actually, and I didn't think I would. I thought I was gonna like really hate it, but I don't love it as much as the original. But I think it was really good for what it was. So, but what do I know?
Drugs. I need drugs to watch Suspiria again.
The remake of the original.
That's my favorite.
I watched it when I was in the
soundtrack,
hospital
I
and
think,
I was
is
on drugs.
Suspiria.
Weber Wang.
Yeah, I was in the hospital. I was on drugs, and it didn't even help that movie that much.
I can see that.
I love that my Weber Wang has become a thing.
Weber
Jim
Wang.
and Steven were bad.
Oh, Weber
What
Wang.
was that one you're talking about? Is Wang
Yeah.
that newer movie?
Yeah,
Perfection.
yeah, Weber Wang.
Yeah.
Mr. Meathook also loved
We
that.
praised the hell out of that movie, and the only thing most people took away from that video was Weber Wang.
That's pretty proud of myself.
Yeah.
Weber.
It's a pretty good movie, actually.
Oh,
it's a
I loved
great
The
movie.
Perfection. The
That was a
Perfection was
good
great.
movie. That had a pretty good.
Yeah,
soundtrack.
that had a great soundtrack because it was a lot of like classical, like cello and violin pieces.
Yeah, real pretty.
Mhm.
You look sleepy, Dave.
I'm perpetually sleepy.
I get that.
I feel you.
I get that.
Well, shall we wrap this up, guys?
Seeing how long that could go on for.
No.
Well, great show, guys. I had a great time. Thank you all for joining us tonight for the Horror Hangout live stream. Stuart Rises. Thank you, Horrific Nightmares JM. Bronco Juggalo Talks Movies. Dave Maggot.
Yay!
Jen and Christian from Jen's Reviews from the Grave. And of course, the horror miser Monty G.
Yay!
Thank you all for watching. Everyone that watched in the chat today, we had a great chat there with Cadaver Club and the Gray Man and H-Nest Collectibles. A lot of people showed up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was. It was a always is.
Yeah. Well, until next time, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Have a great night. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Be careful out there. And thank you, everybody. Have
Later,
a great
guys.
night.
Thank you, guys. Remember, we're on not quarantine; it's vacation.
That's right.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm waving with my head.
Oh, okay.
Did you dig Netflix movie Wildland? Wow. You made the chat pop up on her.
Oh, that's neat.
Duh.
But then
Yeah. The Perfection, yes.
Perfection was great.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I need to watch that.
It's really good.
Oh, you'll like it.
You will have no idea where that movie's going.
Steven Weber Wang, Jason.
There is some
Steven-
Weber Wang.
There is some Steven Weber Wang. It's wonderful. wonderful